Scottie Scheffler, he was up at the podium speaking for 5-6 minutes. Very existential stuff.
I loved it.
Like very deep. We've basically montaged and cut this down to about a minute and a half. All right, here's a taste of what Scottie Scheffler was saying earlier today.
To win the Byron Nelson Championship at home, I literally worked my entire life to become good at golf, to have an opportunity to win that tournament. And you win it, you celebrate, get to hug my family, my sister's there. It's such an amazing moment. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to eat for dinner? You know, life goes on. Showing up at the Masters every year, it's like, why do I want to win this golf tournament so badly? Why do I want to win the Open Championship so badly? I don't know. Because if I win, it's going to be awesome for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to get to the next week, and it's going to be like, hey, you won 2 majors this year. How important is it for you to win the FedEx Cup playoffs? And it's just like, we're back here again, you know? So we really do. We work so hard for such little moments. And, you know, I'm kind of a sicko. I love putting in the work. I love being able to practice. I love getting out to live out my dreams. But at the end of the day, sometimes I just don't understand the point, you know, because I don't know if I'm making any sense or not, but am I not? It's just one of those deals, you know. I love the challenge. I love being able to play this game for a living. It's one of the greatest joys of my life. But does it fill the deepest, you know, wants and desires of my heart? Absolutely not. I'm blessed to be able to come out here and play golf, but if my golf ever started affecting my home life or it ever affected the relationship I have with my wife or with my son, you know, that's going to be the last day that I play out here for a living. You know, this is not the be-all, end-all. This is not the most important thing in my life, and that's why I wrestle with, why is this so important to me? Because, you know, I would much rather be a great father than I would be a great golfer.
That's some heavy stuff. That is some heavy stuff. I can't picture Tiger Woods ever saying something like that or feeling that way ever. Here's our good friend Steve Sands from NBC and the Golf Channel, live from the Open Championship. Sandsy, you've had a few hours to kind of chew on that, what Scheffler was saying today. What do you think he was trying to get across, and what do you make of his stance on all that?
More importantly, I came from Tahoe last week, the celebrity event.
Yeah.
If I have to hear "We are the champions" again whenever Matthew Tkachuk stands up to the tee, it's going to make me puke.
Thank you. Good.
I mean, just make me puke.
I agree.
I walked up to him on Saturday. I said, "Enough already." He goes, "Okay, Caps boy." Oh, my God. How can they win 2 in a row?
No kidding. And they might win a third in a row. That's what's scary, Steve. They're the best team in the league by a mile.
I was talking to him. Not only about that. Not only are they the best team in the league, fellas. That Maurice can coach, man.
Yeah,
he's got it figured out. He's got it all down. They got it all going on. They've got another year or two window here to win another one. It's nuts.
Big time.
But anyway, you know, Scottie's a fascinating guy. Scottie, I think I've said this to you guys before on the air or off, whichever way. I don't think I've ever been around a professional athlete in any sport in all the years I've been doing this who cares less about being a star and only cares about winning. You know, stardom comes with winning in all sports. And he just has no interest in anything other than just playing golf and hanging out with his family. And that's it. That's who Scottie is. Everybody wants him to be a fist pump guy running around going crazy, kind of that Tiger era energy. That's just not him, man. He is all business all the time.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. You know, I think what he says about his family and all that, I think a lot of people would feel the same way, but he's expressing it. And yet he's the number one player in the world. He wins all the time. It's just it's a crazy kind of mentality.
Do you remember the Anthony Rendon thing that he said?
Yeah, but that was so nonchalant. Like, Rendon was like, I don't want to play anymore. Like, I don't think that's what Scottie's saying, right, Stanzi? Like, he wants to play, he loves to play. It just, in a weird way, it's like not fulfilling for him, which is kind of a crazy thing to say, because I'm sure other players are like, well, I'll take your spot then. I'll be number one in the world, exactly. Win tournaments, be worth all this money. I'm sure I would find it fulfilling. It's kind of crazy that, like, he's basically saying, I'm never going to be satisfied with golf. It's just a wild kind of way to put it.
A couple things about it. One is, as a diehard Nationals fan, I am indebted forever to Anthony Rendon for helping us win the World Series in 2019. But let's not put Anthony Rendon in the same sentence, even the same paragraph as Scottie Scheffler. He's a nice player, but he's not Scottie Scheffler. Here's the thing about Scottie. I'm not a deeply religious person at all. We weren't born and raised that way in our house. I have no problem with people who are religious. I'm just not a religious guy. Mm-hmm. He has deep faith, and it's not fake. And he's not someone who wears it on his sleeve too often. And I like that. I like that he keeps it to himself, and it only comes out every once in a while. He's not trying to profess it onto people all the time, which I think is a cool thing that he does, because he sincerely has a deep, deep faith. He's been with Meredith forever, like literally forever. And his family and God are the two biggest things in his life. He just happens to be an amazing golfer, an all-time golfer, best player in the world right now. And I don't even think it's close. Not saying he's going to win this week, but I think he's the best player in the world, not even close. And it's third on his list. Again, name me another professional athlete who is the best. I'm talking the Gretzky, Connor McDavid, LeBron, Michael Jordan, all go down the line, Tom Brady, go down the line of all the sports that we all know and love and enjoy, Roger Federer and all these guys, Novak Djokovic, the tennis, the golf, the horse racing, the hockey, whatever sport it is, it always comes first when you're the best, because you've got to be selfish at some point to get to that level. It's such rarefied air. And Scottie is not like that. He never has been, and I don't think he ever will be. He is satisfied being a great golfer and playing great and winning championships. But what really makes him tick is his family and his faith. And that's just something that people are going to have to understand here for the next couple of decades if Scottie keeps this up.
Steve, I heard it a little bit differently. What I heard from him is that he's constantly trying to win every week. And once he wins, you enjoy it for 5 minutes, and then you move on, because you've got to prepare again to defend your level of play or defend whoever's coming at you. So I heard more like kind of what's it, because I think he used the words, what's the point? He's just like, it just never ends. It'll never end. And I wonder if maybe he's not finding that a bit hard, because you're not just done. You don't climb Everest and you're done. You have to climb an Everest every single week, because there's people chasing you, and there's never that chance you're not done. You're just never done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, look, I heard it the same exact way. I guess I'm interpreting it differently, but I heard it the same way you did.
Okay.
But let's put it in, like you guys mentioned before I came on, you said you wouldn't hear Tiger Woods say that.
Right.
Tiger Woods was singularly focused on, and forget all the off-course stuff. I'm not talking about that. He was singularly focused on being the best player on the planet. That's really, truly all he ever wanted to do and be. Michael Jordan, same exact way. That's how these guys are wired. There's a big difference between being the greatest and being great. There's nothing wrong with being great, but to be the greatest, there's just an extra gear there. And I know Scottie has that gear. He just doesn't articulate it very often. And when he wins, he truly is like, okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to kiss my wife, kiss my baby. I'm going to have a beer. We'll celebrate a little bit, and then I'll be back on the range Monday morning. And that's just the way he is. And he is never satisfied. Maybe it's because of the nature of this sport, and you guys know it well, that there's no perfection in this sport. There's no crazy run in this sport that can make you think, I've got it. And look at the motivation factor of McIlroy after winning. It's only human nature after winning the career Grand Slam, and that was your goal your whole life, to have a little bit of a dip in your game. And that's human nature. I don't think Scottie's like that. I think Scottie's just so steady and so great at what he does, and is so satisfied with his life off the golf course. It's been that way for a long time. He's a young man, guys. He's not like 45, 48 years old, and he's just getting cranked up here. And everything about his life is in order, and that allows him to go be great on the golf course. It's not the other way around for him. That the other stuff is more important to him than the golf, because that stuff allows him to be great in golf.